Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee with the Critters, where I live stream every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. on the Animal Behavior Center's Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So, for those that may be new, my name is Laura Joseph, owner of the Animal Behavior Center. If you really want me to sum up what I do, I wrote it down because we help you improve animals' quality of life through training, modifying behavior, and enrichment using the science of behavior. That is exactly what we do. And you can find out more about our services on our website, theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. You can also contact me um, via email. I always respond to my emails. I try to get to them within 24 hours. If not, do not think I haven't received it. I have. You can email me at Lara, Lara, at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. So I want to get started on our topic for today, which was inspired by an online consultation I did the other day. Somebody had contacted me in regards to saying she had her animal prepared for the vet visit, but something unexpected happened. And this consultation really got me thinking, and I was like, I really want to help you. And so I thought, I'm going to have a talk about this on Coffee with the Critters. And she had prepared her animal for medication training, and so many different things happened during the vet visit that when she got home she didn't know where to start, and she was worried about punishing the behaviors she had already trained. So one thing I want to mention to you is when you are training your animal for the vet visit and for things that happen after the vet visit, we can be as proactive and as reactive as we want or have to be. Make sure you tell the veterinarian, my animal is trained for a lot of these behaviors. What I have noticed through my time in this business is a lot of veterinarians are not used to animals being trained. So they go ahead and do what they have to do, and understandably so. This is why it's important to get your animal trained to wear a muzzle, wear a harness, step on a scale, do a lot of different things. And I'm going to show you some of the things, and I might have to break these down into future episodes. So I'd like to hear from you as I'm talking about this today. Let me know which one you want me to dive deeper into, and I'll have a future episode on this. So the end result, what it comes down to is we can be proactive as we want to be, or we think we have to be for the vet visit. Um, but the unexpected can happen. And I'm doing this live stream to take you through the expected and the unexpected, and what to do, how to recover, where to know when to, okay, we're going to put this on hold now until we can train this so this doesn't continue to be a struggle in the future. Um, so there was something else I was going to say about that consultation. This person was really stressed, and because she wanted to do as best as possible with the animal in her care. So, um, I'm going to show you a lot of these things. And I have it written down on my notes to make sure. I know you guys have seen me. We're talking about crate training in our advanced membership right now, and I'm showing how I'm crate training the Timberwolves. This is Jenks, our timber wolf. He's already shed his winter coat, so he looks a little scraggly. But I don't know if you can see, both doors of that crate are open, and he is choosing to stay inside. And that is a great problem to have. I started laughing during this live stream because I'm like, now I've got a different problem. Now I can't get him out of the crate because the contingencies um, paired with the positive were delivered in the crate. So I want to say one of the first things we can teach any animal that's going to come in so handy through so much of your training. I don't care what the species of animal, if this is a house cat, a timber wolf, a giraffe, a pig, a fish. You can train all of this because I do. Um, you're going to want to start. I like to start with targets, just a basic, simple nose target, teaching the animal to touch its beak, nose, whatever, to your hand on cue because it teaches contingencies. The next important thing to train is a station, meaning go. It's a target with duration. Go to an area and don't and stay there until cued to do otherwise. You're going to see through this next series of slides how a station comes in so handy. I could easily have pulled that bottom of that crate out and started with Jenks stationing, putting all 4 feet on the bottom of that crate, and then put the bottom of that crate back in the crate. There's numerous ways you can crate train. And we also train for a squeeze box, and I'm getting ready to train this with the lemurs, which is crawl into a really tight area where you're super confined. We do this all through choice and then be comfortable. And then I train them to let me close them in this squeeze box where they can barely move. This is all by their choice. Okay. But a station, and I know you've seen me post these photos before, but I wanted to say start moving that station around to different areas, different rooms of the house, outside the house, different enclosures, outside the enclosures, um, and teach the animal to station, to stay there because it's going to come very handy. That station is a clear communication tool to the animal saying, this is where I'd like you to go. And you hear me talk about the head targets. I teach head targets to giraffes, primates, pigs, dogs, birds, everything. And a great trainer, Daphne, once told me, and I know I've created eye targets. I've created animals to look at people's phones when their phones come out. I want your eyes targeted on that phone. When you're going to a vet visit, you can take something like, let's just say, a blue bottle that the animal sees at no other time, and you can set that blue bottle on the counter and teach that animal, I want your eyes focused on that blue bottle while I or the vet move around you. So we teach head targets to numerous different animals and different types of targets. If they're targeted to station on a mat, you can place that mat on a scale. You can have fun with this and train your pig and your pigeon at the same time, which we did. Um, so stationing can come in very handy. This was in one of our workshops, rectal temperature taking. Um, and this is what we're doing in this video while Cello is targeted to her head. We are teaching, and I've trained numerous different animals to let me take their temperature rectally through a butt target. Um, if you have this station, you can teach so many different things. So here I am training Quincy to let me give her eye drops, but I had to teach her the station first. Go to this area and do not move until cued to do otherwise. We can train for medication training, and this was what had happened in this consultation. She was in the beginning stages of medication training, which we are currently teaching to parrots right now in the Parrot Project. Um, but more so, prepare for the unexpected because this person had something unexpected happen during the vet visit, and it did involve a collar. Um, but it reminded me of when Levi, our deaf Old English bulldog, had to go in for double ACL surgery. I didn't even know what that entailed and what it would entail afterwards. It entailed a lot of staying in the crate, a lot of rest, have this animal not move. So, but he was sent home with a collar, and I could have easily cut this collar down, but and I did, but I was still struggling. And let me tell you, um, there are behavior issues that can develop from consequences if we don't sit and think about, yes, this collar was on for Levi's safety so he couldn't get to his back legs, but it created a lot of behavior issues. So that causes us, we need to think about this and how are we going to get through this without even more behavior issues. And why I focused on this is because I had another consultation with a dog who would no longer walk across a wooden floor, and I had found out why. I did some digging and found out why. And this consultation was before I had this medical procedure with Levi. But let me just tell you about Levi first. With this cone on his head, I should have turned it backwards. And I think I did try to turn it backwards, but then he couldn't walk. But this is a photo of him outside. He couldn't get up those stairs to the patio in the backyard to get back in the house. So one of my volunteers, Sandy, gave me an alternative, which worked out beautifully. But let me tell you what happened with this. Levi's deaf, so he can't hear. But he that lip of the collar, he couldn't get up the stairs, so it started positively punishing his behavior of walking up the stairs. When he would get in the house, what would happen? Now, mind you, Levi is deaf, so he's really concentrating on what he can see, and he can see this much. And when he turns his head, he can only see that much. But what was happening is this cone was getting caught on the chairs at the dining room table, and he was starting to freak out because all he saw was this chair chasing after him that was caught in his cone. Back to the consultation with the dog that would no longer walk across wooden floors. What had happened was the same thing. The cone got caught on something within their living room, and it was that averse of that positive punisher was immediately paired with the wooden floors. The dog didn't understand that things were getting caught on the cone. So, hey, Daphne, I just mentioned your name. The dog didn't understand that things were getting caught on the cone. So this is one of the four main side effects of using aversive to control behavior over generalized fear response. It starts pairing everything in the environment with that one, hey, Diane, with that one punishing interaction. And a lot of times, all it takes is one interaction with an aversive for the animal to never do it again. Um, so what I did with Levi, Sandy suggested I do this, was get this blow up collar for him. And it worked beautifully. Um, so we have to think about that. And also, if you guys are sitting here, laying in bed, drinking your coffee, sitting at the coffee table, take your hands and go like this right now around your ears and push your ears forward and say something. Start talking, and you can hear how it amplifies the sound. That's what happens for an animal that's in a collar like this. That sound is amplified, and that change can be pretty dramatic for this animal. So I want to say some things you can do before the vet visit is prepare for the unexpected. Prepare your animal for, you don't know what's going to happen in the vet visit. So you can, this is why I say keep them used to change. And number two, prepare them for the unexpected. You're going to tell your animal, I don't know what's going to happen. Something's going to happen. And it's going to be paired with positive things. We do all kinds of training like this at the center. So here's Snow, my deaf and blind dog. She's got to be prepared for the unexpected at all times because she can't see what's coming and she can't hear it either. So I prepare her for the unexpected through touch and smells. Um, so different things we can do to prepare animals for the unexpected is teach them tricks. My good friend Vicky Ronchetti, she's a professional dog trainer, had told me tricks help us fine tune our techniques. And that, oh, she told me that years ago, and it has stuck in the back of my head. I am so busy with so many different animals, training them husbandry behaviors, like different types of grooming and being prepared for the vet visit, that I forget to train tricks. Tricks are fun. And in this consultation the other day, we talked about the different tricks we were training, she was teaching for her bird, but I started training Gherkin, our ring-tailed lemur, color differentiation for numerous different reasons. Um, and I'm doing this because it presents the unexpected, and we've already moved through 3 different stages with this color differentiation, and this just helps them. What am I doing now? And it helps with focus and control behaviors where the animal's looking at you for information. I'm in an environment that I'm not familiar with. Something's happening to me that I'm not familiar with, and you want to train them for that and train them that look at me for guidance. I'm going to tell you what to do next and make this as stress free or stress less as possible. Um, Something else I do besides tricks, and this has come in handy in so many different situations. This is Rocky's reaction to something I'm training that he's very used to. He will blow his feathers out sideways and up from the top when I train for the unexpected. But he also knows, so he's on alert, but he knows something's good gonna come of it, and he doesn't know what the hell's getting ready to happen, but it's gonna be great. And that is when I teach an animal something is going to happen on the count of 3. But it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be something you've never experienced before. The consequence will be good, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, and that's Rocky's reaction to that number 3, and then boom, either a sound happens, something's introduced to the environment, or whatever. But he this is how we make preparing for the unexpected fun and exciting, and it can help you continue to build this strong, trusting bond that you have with an animal, no matter what the species. And that is why I do what I do, because I love that bond. So just to let you know, pay attention to our workshops. We are scheduling workshops pretty much every month. Our next one, in a lot of our workshops, are different species or certain topics. Some can be species specific and some can be across the board, but we're getting ready. We've just scheduled our avian wellness workshop. It is now open to the public. It has been open to our private memberships for the past 36 hours. It's now open to the public. Seating will be limited. It is being held at the Animal Behavior Center, hosted by myself and Dr. Jason Crean. We're going to be talking everything behavior training and a deep dive into avian nutrition. That is September 13th and 14th, and you can find our events on our website. Stay tuned. If you're on our email newsletter list, you're going to be receiving an email about every workshop coming up. We just posted our live drop-in classes. I was up late last night working on this. Um, so in our advanced membership, we're talking about crate training. So I want to do a drop-in class, 1-hour class on crate training towards the end of the month in August. We're going to talk about effective behavior solutions for modifying screaming parrots. If you want to know more about what we do, you can find that on our website, our different memberships, annual memberships. Everybody's invited to the upcoming Pints for Pets beer release party that Rocky has won. That'll be on August 16th. And with that, I want to say thank you. Drop your comments here. Before I take off to the center, I am going to go back and look through your comments. If any part of this live stream you want me to dive deeper into, let me know. I will write it down and it will be on a future episode of Coffee with the Critters. And with that, I want to say thank you and happy July, everybody. I will see you on the next Coffee with the Critters in August. All right. Hey, Gwen, good to see you. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.